Welcome back to Daybreak Extra on Trust TV. Well, just like we told you at the beginning of the show, we've got loads and loads of entertainment for you on the show this morning. And of course, we have guests that we're going to be talking about the entertainment scene in Nigeria. So I will let Dashan introduce our guest for us this morning.
All right, so right here we have Emcee Swaj joining us to talk about or to walk us through building a career as an MC in Nigeria. Good morning, Emcee Swaj, and thanks for joining us on Daybreak Extra today.
Good morning. It's great to be here today.
Okay, so I know a lot of people in Nigeria, when they, when they think about, a talent, or something that they could actually do to make more money, they think about music or comedy. But why MC?
Well, I did not choose that path, but sometime in my secondary school, I was just asked to anchor this class party, and they thought I did well. So from there, I started doing birthdays like that, hosting red carpets, and that's how I just found myself in the business. And to think of the fact that I was a science student, or I am a science student because I studied engineering, but here I am today. I'm not even practicing what I studied in school. This path chose me. That's what I'll say.
So for how long have you been?
Professionally, about 7 to 10 years now.
Really?
Wow.
Professionally, yes.
Professionally?
Yes.
And informally?
Informally, since secondary school.
All right.
About since 2003.
All right. So how's the journey been?
It's been rough and steady at some point. Yeah, it's not so easy breaking into, especially the fact that I had to move to a new city.
Okay.
I was first based in Kano, and back then in Kano, of course, entertainment is not so big in there. But when I moved here in 2019, and with the help of a couple of friends I met on Instagram, it's been lovely. I've been getting lots of referrals through them, and it's been great.
Okay, I'm interested to know how lucrative is the business?
I'll tell you for a fact that it's very, very lucrative. I have a regular 9 to 5, and in a good month, I can make 3 to 4 times what I earn in my 9 to 5. So it's very lucrative. I can tell you that.
All right. So, but how's the scene? I mean, like when it comes to competition between MCs and you fighting over scraps and trying to get your own. Is it like a dog eat dog kind of thing, or is it like there's like camaraderie and what?
So one of my favorite quotes are collaboration is better than competition, and most of the people I've met, they've been very, very, very helpful, and we see ourselves as brothers, and we refer ourselves to it like I have 2 gigs in a day. I refer one of my friends, hey guy, I have this other gig, I'll connect you with the event planner and you go do the gig. Those kind of stuff. So it's been, the people I've met, they've been very, very, very good.
Okay.
Yes, in this city.
Okay. Now, considering the fact that you're saddled with the responsibility to actually either make or mar an event, is that something that's really, really heavy for you to carry, or that weighs down on you before you go into the event proper?
So I've been doing this for a long time, but every single time I get to an event, sometimes before it, I feel some type of way like, okay, I hope I'm going to kill it today. So I like preparing so much. I have to have a meeting with the planner, and probably, let's say it's a wedding, with the couple. I like communicating with them so I get their thoughts, the line of thoughts, and that way I can flow easily, and it's always better that way to have conversations with them, and by the end of the day, I believe I will.
So a lot of MCs, most especially for informal events, being under pressure to actually be comedians as well. All right.
Yeah.
So do you see yourself as a bit of a comedian?
No, I'm not.
Okay.
I consider myself as a witty and spontaneous person.
Okay.
I would rather take the crowd and just get something that would make it a good atmosphere and just make them happy. But I am not a comedian. I always tell the planners, hey, I'm not a comedian.
Exactly, because a lot of people, when they go to look for MCs, they actually try to get like a 2-for-1 special. You understand?
Right.
Yes, this guy is going to anchor our show, and it's also going to make people laugh.
Okay, so if you're not a comedian and you're unable to actually make them laugh, how do you balance it? Like, how do they end up having fun?
Okay, first off, I like to engage the crowd, especially let's say it's a informal occasion like a wedding. Before the couple comes in and stuff, I try to take them back in time to remember some of the things they do back in school. So this
Like games?
Yeah, games makes them happy and it's engaging, and at the end of the day, they enjoy the moment and they don't remember that.
If Ghana is not boring, say nay. Okay, boss, sir, it's not boring, Abi.
All right, so Chris Rock got slapped. Hosting an award show.
I don't like saying anything about this, but let's get it.
Yeah. So the thing is, all right. Let's start with this.
Yeah.
Have you ever been in a position like that where you felt threatened by something that you did on stage?
Not exactly.
Okay.
So let me tell you, true story. This happened last year at a wedding. It was a military wedding.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
So the chairman of the wedding was like, you need to pronounce this name correctly, or else you will do frog jump. I was like, okay, where is the person? Let me go and just whisper and get the right pronunciation. And he said, okay, just ask this other person. Then I went over and I got the person that I needed to call the name, and they told me how the name was pronounced. I had to write it out the way they pronounced it, so that I can call it that way.
Yeah.
So I was kind of, because there were all military people around, and I was like, these people, you don't play with them.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So I was lucky enough to pronounce that name correctly. And guess what? At the end of the event, the chairman asked for my AZA, asked for my account number. I was like, and he gave me a quarter of what I was paid for that show.
Wow.
As a
So you
tip. I
ended
was like,
up-
okay.
You
I
ended up
love
making
Abuja.
All right, now, so have you had any negative review before?
Yes, I have.
Okay, tell us about it.
So it was at this same event.
Okay.
So the contact reached out to me that the father of the bride was not so happy because one of the things did not go on well. So the bride took a long time. It took over 30 minutes or to 1 hour to get changed. And there was a particular thing they do at military weddings where the bride and the groom goes to a longer time. I've done all I could to buy time. And the bride was so late. I tried to call the person I had the contact with. He didn't know where they were. So at some point, I had to call some women and sit down. They were tired. So it was now, I just hand over to the DJ to play some music. And so some of these reviews, the review I got from that wedding really changed my my perspective about events. And I've never had such a review again, and it has been great so far.
So it helps you learn.
Yes,
All
it
right,
did.
so let me
And sometimes I still reach back to this person and tell him, thanks for this, and see how this other event went, and he's grateful for that. The fact that I took
on
this,
the criticism.
yes.
Okay. All right. That's actually nice. So let me take you back to when you first started.
Yeah.
How easy was it, or how difficult was it? You said you started in Kano.
Yes.
Yes. So how easy or how difficult was that?
I'd say it was just there because I was just doing it for fun.
Okay.
Then a friend would just tell me, my cousin is getting married. Let's come and anchor this for us. I would not even charge them. I like whatever you give me because I'm having fun. So I was just doing it. It was in 2017 I took it more serious. Like, no, I have to be charging well. this is my craft. I need to. So it's been not so bad, not so bad. But since I got to this now, I took it more serious. Took it more serious.
Okay, now, aside being an MC, you're also a musician. What's happening to that particular career?
So, these days, I find myself singing at weddings also, not just anchoring the weddings.
Okay.
Okay, so you replace that with comedy.
Sort of.
Sort of.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
So it's still. It's
I sing for the couple.
It's still a 2-for-1 special.
Right.
Instead
Right.
of getting an MC and a comedian, you get an MC and a
And a
singer.
musician.
Yeah.
I get it.
So I sing at events too, not just weddings, corporate events too.
Okay.
Stuff like that. Sometimes I get a gig to do. There's this time I was supposed to do one gig for a funeral. Yeah, I got. They gave a song that I should score and sing it, and somehow they thought my price was too much. I was happy about that.
Okay.
So they got somebody else that would do it for lesser price, but it's been good too. I've been recording and
Because you have like an album out. Or
I still have it, yeah, of course, a Christmas
Christmas special?
album, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So every Christmas I just put it out. I just put the link out.
Yeah,
for people to listen.
that's you just regurgitate. I like that. I like
That's what
that.
I do.
Yeah, but maybe you should do a remix.
Okay.
Remix
You probably
Christmas
feature
album.
him or
A
something.
remix Christmas
Do
album.
you sing? If you sing, I can feature you.
I cannot sing to save my life.
All right. Now, in situations where you're actually not in a good mood and you need to go for work and you need to bring in, positive vibes and you need to be energetic,
Yeah.
what do you do to get yourself in the mood?
What I do is I make sure I'm there on time, first off. I tell the DJ to play music.
Oh.
And I try to just get into the mood. And once I get into the mood, I just forget the fact that something had weighed me down before, and I put myself in the atmosphere I should be to be able to do the show. So for the most part, I try to music is very therapeutic and it's been helpful to me.
Okay, that's what gets you into the zone.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so how do you balance, you're a musician and I know most musicians have this, star complex, right? So how, when you're working as an MC,
Yeah.
how do you try as much as you can not to take the shine off the couple?
So there's some moments, the couple, I love them to just be on their own. Like, okay, let's say they're having their first dance and I want to just sing a little under whatever is playing. I just go far away, not on the center stage, to just make sure that the focus is the couple at that time. And I try not to do so much, except the gig I was called for is to sing. There are some gigs like they just call me to just come sing for the couple. That one I know that's my job.
Okay.
Yeah, but when I'm anchoring the event, I try not to do so much. I just be by the side and just allow them have their fun and make the couple the focus.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, a lot of wedding singers, all right, sing a lot of covers, no original songs and whatnot. So if you're called to perform in events like this, do you perform originals or?
For the most part, covers. Yeah.
Okay.
There's this particular song that is tired in my mouth. I don't know why they always call me to sing that one.
Okay.
It's Major,
Okay.
Why I Love You.
Okay.
It's one of my favorite wedding songs. One of my
This is
favorite.
why I love you.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, so now with emceeing comes a lot of responsibilities, especially when it comes to dressing the part.
Right.
So do you have like a specific designer, and when you're paid, what percentage do you actually use? Because I know when you're emceeing, you need to actually dress the part,
Right.
and dressing clothing actually costs a whole lot.
True.
So does it take more of the money you're being paid, or?
Oh no, it doesn't. So for the most part, not every time I would have to get a new clothing when I have a gig.
Well, because you're a man, but for a woman, it's always noticeable.
Right. There's a way. Okay, I would say if, let's say I have a gig and I want to get a clothing for that, I'll take like 30% of what I'm paid to set myself up, yeah. And for the most part, over the years, I've gathered a lot of clothing, natives and suits and stuff. So I just mix them up. You may not know that
It's the same.
I've won that before, and looking good is good business.
Yeah.
And in fact, some of my colleagues, my MC colleagues, will be like, "Guy, no, you they overdress." So I'm like, "Man, that's the business. Now it's show business. They call it show business, so you have to show. So you need to look the parts. That way, whoever is your client will know that you're serious for business."
Love is a beautiful thing, and tonight we're celebrating with Godwin and Melissa.
I believe everything. Okay, because I believe I should dress the part and carry myself the way I want my clients to see me, and that way I can raise my rate card.
Okay. All right. Putting your best foot forward. All right. So just as a follow-up to that, usually entertainers or celebrities, you understand? They have an entourage. Do you have one? Do you have like a publicist, a stylist, somebody that does your game, you know?
Not formally.
Okay.
But yeah, I have a couple of friends that I reach out to for styling.
Okay.
Yeah, I just, guy, what do you think about combining this and this?
Okay.
You're like, do it this other way, and at the end of the day, it comes out well.
Okay.
So I have a particular person I reach out for when it comes to styling.
Okay.
Yes.
Would you have a publicist? Do you have an agent?
Not
Or
exactly.
people just contact you directly now? If wants you for a gig, I look for your number and I call you and we discuss.
For now, yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so does your MC job, does it affect your 9 to 5 at all?
No, it doesn't. So my 9 to 5 is mostly Monday to Fridays, and most gigs are on the weekends. So if I get called for a week gig, somehow I'll be able to reach out to my 9 to 5 and I'll be out that day.
Okay.
I don't go on leaves. Like say I go on 1 month leave at my office. So I kind of save those days for yeah. So if I have a gig within the week, I just reach out and let them know I'm not in today because I have stuff to do.
Okay, now from your videos now, you also hype. And one would actually say that's a skill that's not so easy to, you know, come by. Did you practice that as well? Did you learn that? Or?
I did not learn that. I actually don't know how I started doing that. it just came, and I just felt I have to make these people have a good time. And sometimes some people are so shy and they wouldn't want to, especially if I have a couple that's shy, I would have to find a way to hype them, to make them feel good about themselves and they want to dance. So sometimes it just came up. It came up as people.
Okay, so do you have plans of making Emcee your only career?
Yes. Let's say between now and 1 year, if I'm able to be at the place I want to be, right now my projection every month is at least 2 gigs.
In a month?
Yes, in a month. So if I'm able to take it up to 4 gigs per month, I would consider quitting my 9 to 5.
So during the course of your career, professional career, have you met other aspiring MCs that have come to you and say, okay, bros, I want to do this.
Yes.
Show me the way, code so for me.
Yes.
All right.
I was humbled when one of my friends, I met him back in secondary school, no, in university, rather, Byron University, Kano. And he reached out to me and I was like, boss, I want to be following you to your gigs, so I want to learn a few things. I was like, wow. I was humbled. And thankfully, I shared some tips with him. If he has a gig and wanted to just know how he could go about it, he reaches out, and I'll just tell him a few things, the little I know. And at the end of the day, I attended one of his gigs. I didn't tell him I was coming. I just came out, just somewhere. It's like, wow, I'm happy, I'm proud. I was impressed.
You were
with
like
him.
a proud daddy.
Yeah, that kind of thing. I was happy to see that, and yeah.
Okay, so what advice do you have for, up-and-coming MCs like yourself?
My advice would be just keep working hard. Make sure you get a mentor, somebody you would learn from, and be humble. Yeah.
Very important.
Yeah.
All right. So just quickly before you go, a lot of MCs actually have specialties. You understand? There are lots of people that like informal settings, birthdays, weddings, and there are lots of people who like the serious stuff. You understand? All straight up, no nonsense. Everybody's. So which one? Where do you gravitate towards? Which one is? Where are you best in your element?
The informal ones.
Okay.
I love the formal ones because they are more lucrative, and they are not. They don't stress you so much.
Okay.
Because you don't have to want to try to crack a joke or something. You're just hitting the nail on the head and just speaking good English, actually.
Okay.
So I like the informal ones more because it's fun. Yeah.
So you get to have fun and get paid at the same time.
Right.
Yeah. All right, so what do you do when you make a mistake on stage?
If I make a mistake, let's say I make a mistake calling somebody's name, calling somebody's title wrongly, and I get informed about it. Let's say I go backstage and they tell, this person is not the governor, this person is the advisor. I come back on stage and apologize to the crowd and to the person and just call the name again and with the right title they have.
Okay, so do we want to hear him sing?
Hey God, hey God.
Yes, so let's hear you sing first of all.
Hey.
And then you'd hype for us after that.
Are you serious?
Yes, you'd hype us.
That means you get to play music.
Sing
want me
that song that is tired in your mouth.
Okay. What part of it should I sing?
I don't know,
Just
anyone.
take it from anywhere.
I found love in you, and I've learned to love me too. Let me just switch to the chorus. This is why I love you. Ooh, this is why I love you. Because you love me. You love me. This is why I love you. Oh, this is why I love you. Because you love me. You love me.
Featuring Ibrahim.
Now it's the time to rap.
That's absolutely wonderful. I've actually started writing a rap in my head. You understand? So
Maybe we'll do that backstage, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Backstage.
So how can people actually find you?
For the most part, my Instagram.
Okay.
Yeah, my contact details is on there. My Instagram is at thatnupeboy1. Very soon, I'm going to change that handle.
Okay.
I was about to say you not change that, like because
I'm going to change
it doesn't speak, it doesn't portray your name. That's the MC swag.
Yeah, I'm going to change it very soon. Yeah, but the name I put, that's my handle. The name I
Okay.
put on my page is The Wedding Particular.
Okay.
I can't remember how I came up with that name, but I just noticed that most wedding parties I host, I kill it.
You kill it.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And for the most part, the ones I invited to, I also kill it.
Okay.
Somehow, a friend of mine wanted me to anchor his after party because he had already reached out to somebody else, and I had a gig that same day. Somehow, the gig I had was postponed, so I told him, I'll be around. He was like, "Hey, come on, do the after party for me." I was like, "Okay, no problem." So I was there, and the MC. Now, I don't know how it happened, whether he knew me or something, but that was my first time meeting him. Somehow, they gave the mic to me.
Okay.
And the party was killed.
You stole his thunder.
Cool.
Not exactly. Somehow it was close to the after party time, so it was
Okay,
good.
all right. So he just like handed over.
Yeah.
And you killed it.
And
you killed it.
Yeah, I did.
All right.
No, I think
Yeah.
with that, thank you so much, MC Swaj, for, sharing everything that you actually have, your experience and all that, on MCing. And, it's actually difficult. I remember a time where there were lots of MCs everywhere you looked. There were MCs, but these days you hardly find them.
You have a lot
Mostly they go for celebrities more.
You see, that's what we were talking about comedians earlier.
Yeah.
Everybody wants a comedian.
Yeah.
So mostly you don't have a person that's specifically an MC.
An MC, yeah.
It's just a comedian. Oh, he's a comedian. Let's call this person. Then come and make
Or
it
if you're a celebrity, people know you. They just say,
Exactly.
you're not an MC.
An MC
Yeah,
per se,
can
but
you
he's just a
handle
celebrity,
this?
so with a face,
Yeah.
But it's kind of changing in Abuja.
Okay.
All the MCs I know are not celebrities in quotes. They are just MCs. And they're not even comedians for the most part. They're just people that are good at what they do. And they've been, for the most part, most of the weddings I've been to that I'm not the MC are just regular MCs. They're not like comedians, international standard. A few times, one time I was invited to sing at one wedding in Lagos, and the MC was Lasisi. That's, I've never seen an MC, a comedian that was that good anchoring an event.
Wow.
Yes. For the most part, most of them would just be cracking jokes up and down.
Exactly.
But Lasisi was great. It was great.
He knew how to
balance it, and I learned a lot that day. This was in 2020. That's the year of lockdown, right?
Yes.
Yeah, not so long ago.
Yes.
All right, thank you so much, MC Swaj, for
Thank you
joining
for
us on
having me.
Daybreak Extra today. Thank you.
It's been great being here today.